Hello children, welcome to yet another class in English. Today we are going to learn a poem. The name of the poem is The Last Bargain and it is written by Rabindranath Tagore. So before we get into the poem, let's have a sneak peek into the life of the author, the poet. So who is this Mr. Rabindranath Tagore? As you all can see, towards your right hand side is a picture of Rabindranath Tagore, one of the greatest poets our country has ever produced. He was a Bengali poet, writer, music composer and painter. Rabindranath Tagore is the only known person to have written the national anthems for two different countries. So, two of his poems have become national anthem of two different countries. Which are they? One is India and the other is Bangladesh. Now, Rabindranath Tagore is also one of a few Indians who have got Nobel Prize. So, Rabindranath Tagore has got the Nobel Prize for poetry, for literature, for his collection of poems, which is in a book called Geetanjali. Let's move on to our poem now. So here, as you all can see, there is a screen in which this poem is all about a bargain which is being made by a person with four of the other people. So first we need to know what is a bargain. A bargain is an agreement in which both the parties agree or promise to do something in favor of the other. For example, if there are two parties like A and B, so they have bargained, they have settled on doing something for the other. Like B is doing something for A and A is doing something for B. So this is called as bargain. This poem is about a young man who is wandering through the streets to find someone who can hire him for work. So here you will come across a man who is walking on the streets, going from this lane to that lane, and he wants somebody to hire him to give him some work. He has come out in search of work and he wants somebody to give him some work. So as the poem proceeds, that is moves further, we will find that he is offered work by four people. Four people have offered him work. Of all the four, he liked the last bargain. So what was so special about this last bargain? Let's get to know about it as we move further into the poem. Right. So here is the first stanza. As you all can see, there is a king and he is in a chariot, right? Come and hire me. So I have written the stanza as it is, and below I have given the meanings which are really very important for you all to know. So the first stanza, come and hire me, I cried while in the morning I was walking on the stone-paved road. Sword in hand, the king came in his chariot. He held my hand and said, I will hire you with my power. But his power counted for naught, and he went away in his chariot. So the poet imagines himself to be this young man who has come out on the street and he's walking on the stone road. That is, what is stone paved road? I have given the meaning. A road with the hard, smooth surface, right? So on that stone paved road or on the tar road, this young man whom the poet imagines himself. So he is walking and he's shouting, come and hire me, come on, come, somebody come and give me work. And suddenly he sees a king coming in a chariot. The king had a sword in his hand and he holds the hand of this man who is asking for work. So the king holds the hand of the young man and he says that he is ready to hire him with his power. So king has all the power. No one can deny what the king wants, and that's why the young man was given the job of power. But then the young man felt that once the king dies or once the king gets defeated by another powerful king, his power will be of no use for him. All the power in the world has a short life. So once this king is gone, so his power will also go away. So there is no use in this power. Saying this, the young man turns away and he says no to the king. So the king also moves in his chariot. Here we have come to know the other two words I have given higher meaning. Already I have explained. The chariot is the vehicle, the vehicle which is drawn by horse, and it is the vehicle of a king. So let's move on to our next stanza. So here is the second stanza. In the heat of the midday, the houses stood with shut doors. I wandered along the crooked lane. An old man came out with his bag of gold. He pondered and said, I will hire you with my money. He weighed his coins one by one, but I turned away. So in the second stanza, again the poet has imagined himself walking on the crooked lane. Crooked lane means bent lane or twisted lane. So the lane which is cutting into another lane, small lanes. So as he was walking, it was the time of midday, afternoon time. And at that time, the houses were shut. The family people, especially the housewives, they were all inside. The little children were inside. The road was totally empty. There was nobody on the road. At that time, this man is again asking somebody to hire him. Come and hire me. Come and give me work. So hearing his words, an old man who was passing by that way, he says that he is ready to hire the young man. That is, he is ready to give work to this young man, and he is going to give money or whatever he works for, he will be giving gold coins. So this young man again thinks that all the gold is also useless one day. So even the gold, whatever he is having, it will always have a fear that someone may take it away from him. So all the gold coins, all the money also have a very little or no value. As long as it is with you, you're always afraid. You're always worried whether it is going to be with you or someone is going to come and take it away from you. You're always living in the fear of being cheated or duped by someone. So even when the old man was counting gold coins one by one, the poet felt that these gold coins are also useless. He will be working as a slave. He will lose all his freedom, and even the gold coins did not have any value for him in his life. So he turned away. The young man turned away, and this old man also walks away. Here I have given the meanings. You can go after it, come across with the meaning once you have finished learning the poem. Right. Let's move on to the third stanza. So here is the third stanza. It was evening. So it was evening time. Morning time he had met the king. Afternoon time he had met the old man. And now it was evening time. And look at the beauty of the poem. The poet says the garden hedge was all aflower. The fair maid came out and said, I'll hire you with a smile. Her smile paled and melted into tears, and she went back alone into the dark. So it was evening time, and all the bushes, all the fence. Now, we all know whenever we construct a house, we have a boundary wall. Some people would like to have a cement boundary wall, or sometimes some people have bushes all around the house. That is called as a fence. So, this particular lady's house's fence had flowers, beautiful fragrant flowers were blooming at that time. And in this time alone, this fair lady, a very beautiful lady, comes out of a house, and when she hears that this man is asking for someone to hire him, she proposes, she tells that she is ready to hire this man with her smile. But in a moment's time, the lady recalled her worries, or some problem was there in her life. The poet has not mentioned what problem, but her smile also faded. It melted into tears because we all know beauty also has a very short life. Again, youth will be followed by old age. So old age is reality which everybody has to come across. So this man felt that even beauty cannot make him a slave, and that's why when the lady's smile turned into tears, he also comes away from the place and he says no to the lady. Let's come to the fourth stanza. So here is the fourth stanza. The sun glistened on the sand and the sea waves broke waywardly. A child sat playing with shells. He raised his head and seemed to know me and said, I hire you with nothing. From henceforth that bargain struck in child's play made me a free man. So it was still evening time, and as he was walking, he comes to seashore and he sees there is a small boy who's playing in the sand. He's making a sand castle, and at this time the sand was shining like small tiny stars. It was shining, and the waves of the sea, they were just crashing on the seashore like in any disobedient manner. It was not in a proper manner. It can do in any manner. So wayward, actually it means disobedient. So here in the poem, it means that it was not in a uniform manner. Sometimes it will be striking more onto the shallow places, and sometimes it will be going back to the inner depth of the sea. So the waves were waywardly striking the seashore or the middle of the sea. So he sees a child and he was playing with shells. You know what seashells are, right? So at that time when he was playing, this man, young man, he goes and he stands near this little boy. So the little boy, he raises up his head and immediately he recognizes, that boy recognizes that this man wants a work, and so the little boy says that I have nothing to hire, but still if you wish you can work along with me. So that bargain was really liked by the poet, because in this last bargain he is going to work as a free man. Neither he is the slave of power, nor he is the slave of gold coins, nor he is the slave of the beauty. He is going to be a free man, and that's why he considers this last bargain as the best bargain, because he is going to work independently as a free man. With this, we come to the end of the poem. I hope everybody has liked the poem. So you all know how these are the four stanzas, each stressing on something. First stanza was about the king, and the second stanza was about the old man, the third stanza about the beauty, and the last stanza about a small boy. Alright children, so I hope this is clear to you.